Hi there. In this video, we're going to cover a lot of ground. We will change the needle to a 15 by 1 16 gauge. We're going to change to the zipper foot. We will also install the bobbin and pair both threads, both the bobbin thread and the needle thread for sewing. We'll also take a look at the feed dog adjusters on the back of the machine once the free arm table is removed. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll take a look at the accessories that were included with this machine. And of course, we're going to do a bit of a sewing test to see how it looks and sounds. So, you know, grab whatever, coffee, bubbly water, or maybe just plain bubbly, I don't know, whatever works. And let's have some fun and learn a couple of things along the way and have a really great day. I want to thank you all for being here. It really makes a difference to me personally and to the channel. So thanks again, enjoy, and we'll talk soon on the next video. Haven't figured out what the next video is going to be about yet, but there's an idea there. Ciao for now. Enjoy. Here we go, a Singer HD 4432 heavy duty. Well, that looks like a whole lot of fun. And actually what this video is the opening of the box and revealing what you get if you buy this Singer HD 4432 heavy duty sewing machine. Now, I just bought it last night here in Montreal, downtown here, and it was on sale, $40 off. Normally it was $320 Canadian. So they had it 40 bucks off for $280 Canadian. So I was very pleased to get it. This is only the second brand new sewing machine I've ever purchased. The first one was the one I have here already, the HD 44S. That one. So, and then I've got the used 4423 that I bought from the lovely young lady that moved to London, England. So this is a real good third heavy duty sewing machine example from the Singer line of heavy duty. So let me get something to open that with, and we'll get started. Okay, well, that come up there, that's open like that. That's good like that. There's stuff there written on there, and there's stuff written on there. We see the handle in the plastic bag, and we see styrofoam ends. So what I'm going to do is turn that like that. I'm basically going to turn it upside down, and like that. And then I'm going to pull the box up, see what falls out. See, there's some styrofoam in there. So here is a guide showing you how to fill the bobbin right there. Manuals, singer.com. So they do have a website for where your manual is, but they've sent that. So that's how to thread the bobbin and the machine. There's what is this? What does it say in English? It's where to find your manual. So we get it at manuals.singer.com. It looks like, but that may just be the end of the sentence. And then what's this? Important safety instructions. 44S. Well, I got one of them. 4423. I got one of them. And now 4432, I got one of them. You can see a little better there for all the models. So And then we see underneath the first two paragraphs, it says singer.com/manuals, and it's written in English, French, and Spanish. So that's what that's all about, what's in here. It's got all the, the warning instructions. Save these instructions. Important safety instructions, danger, warning, save these instructions. What does it say over here on the next page? En français, and then in Spanish as well. So that's what came. Here's the cover. There's a cover for the machine, and I know that from the other machines I have already. Here we've got some accessories. I can see a button holding foot of some kind, 3 blank bobbins, a little brush thread ripper, couple of feet, little spool if you want to put it on top instead of the horizontal one, and there's a stopper for the horizontal one, and some needles. So this is standard fare that came with what I got on the HD44S. So now that we've done that, let me remove that cardboard, and I'll very gently flip it over again. That one's come off, and this styrofoam's coming off. I've got the handle, and let's see how lined up we are now. Okay, let me get this bag pulled down, and I'm going to keep all the packaging and wrapping for this machine. I don't expect that I'll have to return it, but it's nice to have all that stuff. So put the bag down there with the styrofoam, put the machine here. Oh man, isn't this nice, you guys? How cool is that? And here's the pedal. I can see the cord, the electrical cord. There's the pedal. There's styrofoam packing down in the box with the other packaging. And then here's a plastic bag. We'll undo that. We'll put that packaging in there, and we have some more paperwork there. There's our pedal and the plug cord, pretty standard. Let me see what warning information they gave us on this printed stuff. Okay, it's giving advice on installation instructions for plugging it in on the machine and plugging it into the wall. And there we have it in looks like it's all in English. Save these instructions. Fair enough, we'll save that with the rest of the documentation. So that's pretty exciting. We can see that here is the tension dial. It's set at 4. There is the needle position set for center, and there is the width, stitch width selector set at just over 1. I'm going to set it at 0 for straight stitching. Here is the dial for the stitch length. It is set at 2. I'm going to set it up to 3. Actually, I'm going to put it to about 3.5. I think that's about 3.5 there. What I'm really interested in is that this machine has more stitches than I will ever probably need or know, and that's why it's called a 4432, because it's got 32 dedicated stitches, and that's for starters. It has, I think it's got over 100, the capability for over 100 assorted stitches. And this dial here, the stitch selector dial, that shows that there are 3 modes, if I can use that context or word, you know. Now I do have the first 2, the skinny one and the bolder one, straight and then zigzag. Those are on the 4423 and the 44S. This is the only one I have that has all 3. So that's pretty cool. And the way to achieve that is to turn the dial here, turn it back to, there's a buttonhole, and there is the S1 for the blue. I'm assuming that 0 is, no, I guess I shouldn't assume anything. But S1 is there. S2 is there. So S2 is going to give you these red stitches because that's what that indicates, red. So if you follow the red dial there, that's what that indicates. Now if you go back to the other one, S1, it is going to follow the stitch patterns in the middle. And then if you go back to, I don't know, I guess I wanted the length to be there. And there I'm lined up for that. So I think that's the default there. So in order to get the machine moving, I'm going to have to get a bobbin ready for installation. And I have pre-rolled bobbins, preloaded bobbins already. I purchased them when I purchased the HD44S. That was the first one I purchased. After the 44S, I purchased the 4423 and the Surger together. They're used. Less than 4 years old though, you know. But so yeah, so there we are so far there. And I'm gonna get this threaded and bobbined, and I'll see what else. You know what? No, not yet. We're gonna go in here and see what else is in here. If there is in fact anything in here. No, it's empty. That's where I'll put the accessories, but it does come off, and that gives us our free arm fit feature when it's off. Having said that, right here are the dog adjuster. To lower it, if you're going to do embroidery and you want to disengage the dog, that's where you would do it, by lowering it. So the instructions, as you can see, are visual. They're on the top of the machine and the side of the machine and the front of the machine. So that's there. I do like having the free arm, especially because most, you know, I'm into jeans. That's what I'm learning to sew, alter, repair, and fabricate and make. So there we are. That's, I'm trying to focus this thing and it doesn't want to. There we go. Cooperate. It wasn't cooperating. It's cooperating a little more. So anyway, I'm going to continue. I'm going to get some thread on there. Get a spool of thread on there, and I'll get one of those preloaded bobbins. I'm going to put a white preloaded bobbin in. I can do that right now, actually. There's my box of preloaded bobbins. As you can see, I've got black ones and white ones. So I'm going to use a white one. So I'll take that one out and set the others away. And I'll hit that switch. Up pops the cover. Let me raise that foot. So the foot was down. There is a needle in there. That pops up. And I can get, where did I put that white bobbin? I put it right there. Now there is an empty bobbin in there now. So we'll take that out, put it with the other bob. I'll put it in with the accessories. Here we go. So we're going to treat it like the letter P and put it in counterclockwise like that, and then we're going to pull it down to the slot, and it's gone into the slot, and now we're just going to pull it like that, and that is ready. It's ready to do its part. The cover goes on like that. What I've done here is I've taken the accessories out of the bag, and it's easier to see them now that they're all laid out. That is the brush and the thread ripper that comes with it. So I'll put that in there. And then this is the extra thread spool that you can just insert on top. And I probably will be using this in the next video or soon. When I thread it, I may be using this to thread the machine with. So I'll set that aside for now. Here we have the one thread spool stopper or end, and I'll keep that out. Here is a smaller one, so I'll put that in there. Altogether I have 4 blank bobbins. The 3 were already in the bag, and then the 1 was in the bobbin case, blank with no thread. This bag has 3 needles, and the number that interests me is the one that says 90/14. So that tells me that it's number 14, which is what I'd be interested in. Gauge. Here is the little screwdriver for putting the feet stuff on, any other, moving the throat plate and all that kind of stuff. So that's very useful. And here is the zipper foot, and I forget what kind of foot this is. I think it might have something to do with buttonholes, but maybe not. We'll see. But that is a zipper foot. I'll be using that. And there, I believe, is a quilting guide or a quilting seam allowance device. I think we've already talked about those. And this is the foot for making a buttonhole. The button goes in there, and then the foot will make the appropriate sized buttonhole for it. So there I am there. I'm going to get a black loaded bobbin. Okay, I've put the top thread spool in, thread pin in, and I've put a loaded bobbin of black thread, and I'm bringing it over to guide number 1, which is right there. Put that in just like that. Let's take another look at that. There's the guide, and here's the thread. There we go. It's as simple as that. And then we take it over to here, and I pull it forward like that. Okay, I'm going to get that thread again, and we're going to watch it. There, it's come through the first guide, and now I'm going to pull it into this one right here. So I'll keep the thread a little bit snug, and now there. So now it's going to go down on the front of the machine. So we'll go and take a look at that. So here's the thread. It's come across, and I've taken it down to position number 4, I think it is. So we'll bring it up from number 4 towards number 5, which is the take-up lever, and then I'll keep the thread somewhat taut, and I'll pull that forward. There. So there we are. We're all in, and we're taking it back down again, and now we're going to get threaded down at the bottom. And I'm just going to pull the thread through there. It's come up from number 4. There's number 5 right there, and I've got the thread, and I'm going to pull it in right there. There. It's seated on the take-up lever, and now I'm going to take it down between the discs towards the needle. Here we are. So we've got the thread down here, but before we go too much further, I would like to change the needle that the sewing machine came with, and I believe that's a 15x1 14 gauge needle, and so I have some 15x1 16 gauge denim jeans needles right here, and I have used a couple of them already on 2 of the machines, and I still have 3. So I'm going to remove that one, and not having too much luck on doing it. Okay, that's a better view there. So all I'm going to do is use the screwdriver accessory that came with the machine, put it in that slot there, turn it towards me, and it didn't take much pressure. There, I've got it loosened. Where are you? There you are. Come here. We'll put that over there for now, right out of the way. Okay, so that needle is out, and now I'm going to get a 16 gauge needle and put it in there. I do it all the time. I love it when I film for about 45 or 50 seconds and then I find out that I don't have the camera turned on. That's kind of funny when that happens sometimes. So what I was talking about was to remove the needle from the package here. These are the 100/16 size needle, and you can move that plastic, clear plastic cover with the printing on it over to the left like that, over that way, and there's a crease on the back of the white plastic, and you can fold it back and then you can just pull out a needle without having to risk breaking it or bending it or twisting it or whatever, and then just put that back that way. So I have the needle now, and the flat of the needle has to go towards the back of the sewing machine. So I think I've got it lined up there. I am going to put the foot down for this move because it'll give me that much more room for the needle to clear. There. I found that if you have the flat to the back, even if you can't exactly see it, it should go in. If it doesn't go in, if there's some resistance, then it's probably because the flat is not facing towards the back. That's been my experience. So that needle is in there now, and the next step is to finish off the threading process to get it prepared to work, to sew. Okay, now it should not be too difficult for me to thread this because it is a 16 gauge needle, and I have to finish bringing the thread down, putting it in that guide right there, like that, and then it's going to go in that one there, like that. So now I can bring it down to the needle, and I'm just going to make a clean cut right there on the thread. And now I want to thread it. Now this is hit and miss for me. The only thing that might save me here is that it is a 16 gauge needle. Let me try that again. No, it didn't go in again. Now the thread broke. Now I'm going to finish threading it by bringing up the bobbin thread. There's the bobbin thread over there like that. There's my upper thread. There we go, the thread's up, the bobbin thread is up there. There, so we're threaded now. Let me lift the foot. Both threads are in position now and ready to go to work. So that's what we've accomplished so far. We opened the box, we unboxed it, we checked what was in the box, we talked about some of the features, not all of them. There was a lot of stuff on the box that we didn't talk about. Well, not a lot, but a couple of things. Nonetheless, we did have an already threaded bobbin, so that saved me having to do that. And we did get the machine threaded, and now I'm going to get a piece of denim and do a quick little test just to make sure that my efforts were not in vain. I forgot something, and that something was to replace the default foot that came with the machine installed. I just call that the combo foot for now. I don't think it would be correct exactly to call it a straight stitch foot, although that's what I will be using it for probably most of the time. It's on my presser foot. So a very simple, easy way to release the foot is to push that lever forward, and now I can just take that foot off. And so where was I before I interrupted myself? Oh yes, we were taking off the combo foot and we're putting on the zipper foot. And the zipper foot has a feature that allows us to put it on the left side or the right side. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to put it on the left side, so I'll drop the presser bar down onto that side of the bar. There's the right side, left side. And the same method for releasing it, by pushing that lever forward. So I'm going to line it up with the presser foot, with the slot on the presser foot towards the bar on the foot itself, and then push that lever forward, and that should allow the bar to slide right on like this. Did I get it? There, got it. And we're correctly ready to go with the zipper foot installed. Well, I'm glad I remembered that while I had everything all set up. So yeah, it's a little different when you don't have a whole foot to move the thread around with. So now we're ready to sew. Let me get a little piece of denim here. So there's the upper thread, the black thread, and now I have to go down and get the white thread. Whoopsie daisy. So we should be threaded there. Cool. Now let me get a piece of denim. Here, this piece has already had some stitching done on it. And I didn't step on the pedal inadvertently like I just did a second ago. Let me get some of this tidied up a little bit. What do I want to do here? And you know what? Before I start all that, I want to bury the needle. Whoops. We'll have to get back on there again. That's the first couple of stitches, few stitches, I made with the brand new 4432. Here we go. All I'm aiming at is right there, that little bit of a corner right there. There's a little bit of a ledge. Whoops. You know what? It doesn't work very well if you don't have your cloth under there. And put the foot down. Put the needle in. And I'm going to keep this edge almost right to that dog there. And then that way it'll be like maybe a 1/4 of an inch. So this might be edge stitching with the zipper foot. This is what we might call that. Now I've just brought it in really close. We'll see if I can maintain that. There, I've got it almost stopped with the take-up lever all the way up. It is all the way up. Lifting up the foot. The needle's up, the foot is up. I'll get the cloth and the threads, and now I'm going to cut the thread off on the side of the machine. There's a thread trimmer right there. Whoops, I broke the thread anyway, I think. Yeah, my black thread's gone. I don't know, I had it up. Anyway, So that's where I'm going to stop. We've done our test. That was a good little workout. You know, opening up the box and getting it threaded and getting it working, getting the foot changed, and sewing a little bit of denim. I really feel that my month of learning how to sew kind of demonstrated that it's starting to pay off a little bit here today. So I hope you folks enjoyed this.